Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently right about, well, it was like 6:40 when I was getting stuff ready to come out here, so I think it's about 6:45 probably right now. I have water. I have just a little bit of coffee left. And I came this close to not filming a vlog tonight. I am absolutely exhausted. I am so tired tonight. But I don't know if Tanya and I are going to a meeting tomorrow night. If we go to a meeting tomorrow, I have so many things going on this week. I have therapy on Wednesday. No, I have therapy on Thursday. I'm supposed to get together with Caroline on Thursday. And I'm also supposed to go back and get my crown on Thursday. I had my dentist appointment this morning. So, I have all those things on Thursday. I'm going to have to shift them around. So, I'm going to see if I can go in on Friday for my crown. And then I'm going to see if I can move my therapy appointment to Wednesday. If I can't, then I might just move it to next week. So that Caroline and I, because she's got her schedule for like the next couple weeks. So, that I can hang out with her this week. So, I'll have Thursday open that way to see what happens. But anyway, I am like... So I've got so much going on, and I don't know if tomorrow night I'm going to go to a meeting with Tanya. Why do I feel like there's something on Wednesday night that I'm supposed to do? I can't remember. I feel like there's something on Wednesday night. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to film a vlog tomorrow night. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film a vlog on Wednesday night, Thursday and Friday, and the rest of it I should be fine. So I was like, if I have to take a night or two off from vlogging, I better put up something tonight, was kind of my thought, right? And, I have filmed a video now on every single one of my channels today, except for my Peter Does Stuff channel and my BookTube video, my BookTube channel. And in all honesty, I was so tired when I got back from the dentist this morning because I literally got like 2 hours of sleep last night, 3 hours of sleep, something like that. I think it was closer to 2. And part of it was because, like, I tried to go to bed early, and then I tossed and turned, and I just couldn't fall asleep. I think I was kind of nervous about the dentist. I don't love going to the dentist, you guys know that. And so I couldn't sleep, and then I had to get up this morning at 9, so I could get ready, and I could get Boo Radley ready and everything like that, which that was nothing, because he just stayed in bed and slept while I was gone. I came home, and he was like, just put his little head up in bed. And, but I had to get an Uber at 10, which I ended up getting the Uber at like 10:30, and I still got there on time. So I was like running behind today. I was so tired when I got up. I was like, oh my God. I was like, if I could cancel this appointment, I would, but I need to get in there, and I don't like to cancel appointments at the last moment. Anyway, so, yeah, last night we watched Guardians of the... So anyway, I was like so tired, and I was like, first of all, I don't have tons to say on the vlog today as far as like press conference. And second of all, I'm like, as soon as I get done with this vlog, I'm literally going upstairs and laying down with Alex. He's in bed right now, looking at TikToks and playing his game and stuff. Like, he kind of goes in and out of it. He like looks at Instagram, then he goes to TikTok, then he goes to his game, and he kind of just rotates through. So, and Boo Radley is eating. So as soon as I get done with this vlog, I am going inside, and I am taking like a 2-hour nap. I am so tired. And, last night, I'm trying to think of something that I can eat tonight that, other than soup, because I'm not really in the mood for soup, that is kind of like soft, because they told me not to eat on this side. They tried to put, well, here, I'll just tell you about the dentist appointment. So I went to the dentist this morning for my crown, because my crown fell off. People were asking in the vlog, did Peter swallow it? I think I swallowed it. But I'm not entirely sure. There's no evidence of it anywhere. There was a point where I was like chewing popcorn. So I said candy corn in one of the videos. It wasn't candy corn. I don't eat candy corn. It was popcorn. It was like that chocolate covered glazed popcorn that I reviewed. It was like this apple popcorn that I reviewed in one of my videos. And it was really hard. It was like hard as a rock. I opened that bag, and I even sealed it up and everything, and like it was like hard as a rock. And so I was chewing on it, and it really wasn't that good. And number one, it wasn't like comfortable at all to chew it. So at some point, like, I had 3 or 4 pieces in my mouth, and I took it out. And so I don't know if like I took it out, because I took it out and threw it in the bag, and I threw the bag of popcorn away because it was like really hurting my teeth. I don't know if that's at the point where I like pulled out the crown and it's in the bag in the trash, or if I swallowed it. I have no idea, right? So it's possible that I swallowed it. They said most likely that it would just pass on through, but she did get an order. This is the other thing I have to do. We're going to have to do this probably on Thursday with Caroline. Unless because I didn't have a chance today to call my primary care physician to figure out if I can just show up there or if I have to have an appointment for it. But she wrote me like an order to take to my primary care physician to do a chest x-ray, because if it's in your lungs, then that's like really dangerous, I guess, which of course then I'm panicking on top of that. So if I call tomorrow and I can just like show up there, then I'm just going to go tomorrow. I'll take an Uber over to my primary care physician and I'll just do the chest x-ray, because I would rather get that done sooner rather than later, you know? But she was saying to me, like, she said, were you coughing a lot right after it happened? And I said, I don't really remember. Like, my allergies have been bad and I've been coughing, but I haven't been coughing like tons. It's just like here and there. And I said, but I don't really remember if, like, right after it happened, if I coughed. I don't think I was coughing anymore. She goes, well, you would cough and it would be painful. And I go, no, I don't really remember that. But, like, interestingly enough, and I feel like it's kind of like my allergies. Like, allergies are really bad right now. And my chest is kind of hurting a little bit. So that, or maybe my chest is hurting a little bit. And I, you know, what's the, when you, like, not Munchausen, but what's the thing when you... psychosomatic, is that the word, where you like, you think you're sick but you're not, you know? Like, it's like, I think I slept wrong. I think I slept on like one of my arms last night, and then I woke up and my chest was hurting, and now I think that I've like swallowed, that crown has gone into my lungs or something like that. Like, I'm panicking about it, right? When, other than being tired, I feel pretty good. But she said, I said, would I still be coughing now? She goes, no, it would just be like when it first happened. And she said, and you would be in a lot of pain right when it first happened. And I was like, well, I don't really remember that. If I swallowed it, I don't even remember swallowing it. I just remember going inside and putting the popcorn and the cookies and stuff away. And then I was like, do I still have popcorn in my tooth? Like, something feels weird. And so I went in the bathroom and I looked, and I was like, oh, it's gone. It's like this. Like, the crown is gone. The dentist said she didn't think it looked that bad. She was like, I don't think it's that bad, honestly. And I was like, okay. And so I usually go to a periodontist that I see because I have periodontal disease. So this was a dentist that they referred me to that I went and saw this morning. And she was super nice. Everybody at the office was so fantastic. They were so nice. And it was a real cute little office, like, out in the country. And it was just, anyway, they were really nice. And the dental technician was nice. The nurse was fantastic. They were super friendly. I was telling them about, like, they were asking me, like, what I was up to and stuff. And they were like, oh, you make YouTube videos? And I was like, yeah, and I just started this new channel. And they're like, oh, and it's about, what's it about? And I was like, it's about reality TV. They're like, oh, it's about reality TV? And I was like, yeah. And they were telling me all their favorite shows and what they watch. And they were giving me recommendations and stuff like that. And I'm like, of course, I've got, like, molds in my mouth, right? I'm like, oh. So anyway, I don't know. But, like, that's another thing I have to do this week. So, like I said, sooner rather than later. So I'm going to try to get into my primary care physician tomorrow to do that. If I have to get in to see him, that's not going to happen tomorrow. Like, they're 3 months out. If it's just I can show up there and get an x-ray, which I'm thinking that's probably possible, then I think I can just show up there. And, like, I don't know that I necessarily have to have an appointment. She also told me that I could go to, like, an immediate care center or something like that. So if they can't get me in, or they say I can't do it there or whatever, I'm going to ask them, like, well, who would you refer me to as far as immediate care center? And I'll just do that. But... and Tanya and I are going to a meeting tomorrow, and I have to go do that as well. Like, that's going to be a lot of stuff. So, but I mean, my health comes before going to a meeting, obviously. So, that's that. The dentist thing went well today. So, they tried to put in a temporary crown, but they couldn't, like, they did it like 3 times, and they couldn't get it to, like, take. And, she kept on talking about, what's the word she used? I want to say retention, but I don't think that that's the right word that the dentist was using, because she was saying that she thinks there's enough retention on my tooth that the crown will stay on there. But she said, so they do this scanning thing. I had never seen this before, where they take like a scanner and they have like a computer screen next to you, and they put it in your mouth and they scan all around, and then like it literally, like, it's a camera in your mouth, and they take like a whole... It was so cool, but kind of freaky at the same time to see your mouth, like, you know, on screen. It's like literally your exact replica of your teeth. And so, I mean, this is so different than back in the day where they put, like, shove the thing in your mouth, you know, or whatever. Well, the stuff that they had in my mouth was for the temporary crown. It wasn't like to take a mold or anything like that. It was like, it felt like that, but that, you know, that slimy, like clay kind of stuff. But it was for the temporary filling. So they did the scanning thing, and then she said she was going to order the crown, and the crown should be there by Thursday. But she said it wasn't like immediate. I said, so like I could get it done like end of the week, beginning of the week. She's like, oh yeah, you're totally fine. And because they couldn't get the temporary on. And so she said, I'm just going to send you home without the temporary. She goes, I think you're fine. And I go, am I okay? She goes, oh yeah, your tooth is not exposed. She said, you had a root canal. So this was the crown that I had, because I was like, I'm not really sure like when I had this crown. And she goes, this crown was like, this was a long time ago. Well, have I only had, well, I don't know if I had a root, what did I have last year when I had the tooth, well, they just took the tooth out. But I think the only root canal that I've ever had, I don't remember, maybe I've had more than one. I feel like I've had like 2 or 3, I can't remember now. But the first one I had, which was this crown, I had a root canal, because I had to go to somebody different to get the root canal, and then my dentist did the crown. And so, and I can remember everybody was like, oh, root canals are so painful. And I can remember it wasn't painful at all, like at all. And I remember telling everybody afterwards the most painful thing was writing the check. I think it was like $1,200 for this root canal. And I got to see that on the computer screen too. Like they showed where they like went in and they took the what do you call it, the nerve out, and then they put like the little like rubber thing in there and all that kind of stuff. It was real weird. I remember watching that. And that was probably like 26 years ago, 24 years ago, something like that. Maybe more like 24 years ago. So I've had this in there for like 24 years. She said some people, like, they have their crowns last their entire life. She said, but like caramel corn, caramel apples, like this popcorn I was eating, she goes, those will like pull crowns off. She goes, you have to be really careful with that stuff. Well, I just won't be eating none of that junk no more. Now watch, I'll turn around and do a review next week. But anyway, she told me, she said, eat softer things and eat on the other side of your mouth. So I got to figure out something I can eat tonight that's like softer and on the other side of my mouth. But it wasn't a bad experience. My tooth isn't hurting at all. I'm just tired. My jaw was hurting a little bit last night. I almost kind of wonder if it wasn't from talking so much and making so many damn videos. You know what I mean? Or the other day it was hurting. So anyway, it's fine. It's going to be okay. It's going to be taken care of. So I'm grateful for that. And yeah. And so last night we watched Guardians of the Galaxy. I was like, did you get food last night? I didn't get food last night. Well, we got treats at Target yesterday, and I got these cookies. And so I made the cookies, both kinds of the pumpkin cookies. I actually reviewed them on my review channel today, so I won't talk a whole lot about that. But then I had these things in there, and I was going to save the box and do a review, but I ate all of them. There was 4 of them that came in there. And they were like hash browns with 3 different kinds of cheese in the middle of them. And they were vegetarian. And I think when I bought them, I thought they were like macaroni and cheese hash browns or something, like with hash browns in the middle of them, but they weren't. They were big. They were like, I don't know, they were like that big. They were probably like 3 inches by 3 inches. And they were thick too. They were like that thick. And so there was 4 of them. I really was kind of like craving, like I've been craving pizza like non-stop this week, last week and a half. So I had those pizzas in here, those little pizzas that are like, you know, like real small pizzas that I had reviewed on my review channel. The pizza cupcakes, I liked them. I thought they were good. So I almost made those last night. But I was like, no, I want to make these things. And I already had the oven heated up because I had made the cookies. And so I made these little hash brown cheese things. I asked Alex if he wanted. He was like, you always make that snub in your nose face at my food. He goes, well, I don't want any of that. He has all of his leftover food from all of his different places he's gone to eat. And so, so I made those, and they were delicious. The cookies were delicious. It was fun. We just I sat there and ate snacks. He ate snacks, and we watched Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, I don't love any of those kind of like spacey movies or any of those like superhero movies. I don't like the DC comics or the Marvel comics movies. Alex loves all of those. He watches all of them. I don't love them. I don't get into them. I don't understand them even. You know what I mean? I don't like the Spider-Mans and the Ant-Mans and all that kind of stuff. But I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I grew up watching Wonder Woman with Linda Carter, and I loved that show so much. Like, I wanted to be Wonder Woman. I wanted to be Wonder Woman when I was growing up, right? But I didn't even like the movies of it. I feel like one trip, it was either Florida or it was Mexico. We were watching the Wonder Woman movie because Alex had already seen it, and so he knew everything about it, and I was asking him questions. I didn't even think it was very good. It was the one where somebody's got like it was like the new one, and it was where somebody's got like a relic, and she's got to go into this museum and take this relic. Do you guys know which one I'm talking about? It was okay. I just was like so bored with it. And I kind of don't understand that whole world either. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. My neighbor he's like doing something in his garage. I'm like, what are you doing in your garage over there? I'm that nosy neighbor, right? I am the nosy neighbor in the neighborhood. So anyway, so we watched Guardians of the Galaxy, and then when it was done, Alex, like, we were like halfway through it, Alex he's like, oh, I'm so tired. And I go, well, do you want to stop it? We can watch it tomorrow. I can't remember, because I was like, I wanted to watch Red, White, and Royal Blue. It's on Netflix, and the book came out. It's like a young adult book, I think, that came out, or like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's like, what do they call new adult for people that are like 20 and up or whatever, but it's supposed to be like this really like good, like gay romance movie. I mean, I've had so many people tell me that I need to see it, that it's really good. And then I want to see that. I also want to see the new Insidious movie, and there was another movie that I wanted to see. I feel like we have watched so much TV and so many movies the last week. So,
actually, here we're gonna do base to rock.
What are these people doing walking out and talking?
Oh my God, no! Because I can get on this one and you can get on that one.
Oh, it's that girl with a real tall boyfriend again. They're like running down the street and like having competitions. They're like 18. He's like, no, I can make it down here faster than you. And she's like, I bet. And then they start running. And they're like 18 or 19 years old. Having fun. It's a beautiful night outside. Look at it. But the sun is like, I don't know if you can see it. I sometimes have to like look real close into the camera. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? You can't really see it, can you? Oh, there it comes. Do you see it? It's so pretty out tonight. That's what I look at. So anyway, we watched Guardians of the Galaxy, and then Alex was like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. And I was like, all right. So I sat out here and I talked on the phone for a little bit. Oh, I filmed a video last night. That's what I did. I filmed a video because I didn't know if I was going to want to film any videos today, because I thought maybe I'll take the whole day off. I keep on saying this, right? Like, I don't know what my resistance is to taking a day off, but I thought, well, maybe I'll take the day off because if I go to the dentist and I don't feel like well or whatever, or I'm tired when I get home. I've been tired. I've been tired all day today. And I haven't stopped once, right? So I got back my appointment was at 11, and I got back here. I think I looked at my phone, and it was 1:11 when I, like, walked in the door. Both of my Uber drivers were really nice today. Alex had a meeting. He was going to come home and try to, like, take me my dentist appointment because he wanted to go with me in case, like, they had to do something today. They're, like, now they're running back and forth. What are they doing here? Why is it somebody I'm hearing coming the other way? Oh, now these are, like, those are old kids. Those are, like, 20-year-olds fishing. They got their fishing poles and stuff out there. But anyway, so he had texted me earlier, and he was like, if I can get done this meeting in time, I can take you home because I'd like to go to this appointment with you in case you have to have something done today. And I was like, babe, you don't need to do that. Well, he didn't even get out of his meeting until, like, noon, so he couldn't have taken me anyway. But everything was fine, so that didn't, it was whatever. But I thought that was sweet of him that he wanted to do that with me. So, he usually gets to have Fridays off, but he has, like, a mandatory 6-hour meeting on Friday. So he's going to leave, like, either Wednesday or Thursday early, and so that he can, because, like, he has 40 hours that he works, and then he's done, right? Hey, how are you? He has, like, 40 hours that he works, and then he's done, like, he doesn't get overtime or anything like that. So when his 40 hours are up, he's done. So that's why he doesn't go into Fridays a lot, because he usually works between 10 and 12 hours a day. And so he was telling me today, he was like, yeah, like, since I have to work on Friday and I don't usually work on Fridays, I'm going to leave like 6 hours early one of the other days. So I was like, oh, okay, just let me know. I'll be laying in bed upstairs playing your Township and looking at TikToks and stuff like that. So anyway, so he went to bed, and then I was talking on the phone, and then I made the video. Well, my video was a video response to Daniel Prada talking about Colleen Ballinger. So I watched Daniel Prada's thing. I watched it like twice before, and I came out here and I watched it a third time, and then the fourth time I took notes watching it. So like everything he said, I would like pause it, write it down, pause it, write it down, right? So then I made my response video to it. It was like an hour long, and then I watched it back, and then I started uploading it in there, and then I watched Big Brother. Well, the football game was on last night. A football game was on last night. And so, Big Brother, well, I think Yellowstone was on before it. It looked like Yellowstone. It was like Kevin Costner and stuff. It came on, and then Big Brother came on after it. So, Big Brother, I only got half of it. Well, Paramount doesn't show it till the next day, usually. So, I didn't have the full episode. I only had half of it. And I was pissed because I wanted to watch the whole thing, and I wanted to sit out here last night and do my, like, immediate live reaction for my new channel to it, right? Well, that didn't happen because I only had half the episode, and I didn't want to do commentary on it unless I watched the whole episode, even though I know everything that's going on in the show because I read all of the hashtag BB25s on Twitter, and I look at all the Twitter accounts about Big Brother, and I'm like subscribed to all, or not subscribed, I like follow all of them, so I see all the up to the minute details about it and all that kind of stuff, so I know everything that's going on, right? I used to, like, read the blogs and stuff. My friend Nikki, like, she sent them to me because she, like, that's how she keeps up with it. But to be honest with you, it was overwhelming because it would be, like, 12:03 p.m., Suri and Felicia are making food in the kitchen. Suri said to Felicia, blah, 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 blah. Felicia said to Suri, blah, 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 blah. And then it would say, like, 12:07 p.m., Cameron and Bowie Jane are sitting out on the patio. Bowie Jane asked Cameron if he was married. Cameron, you know, it's a lot. Like, it's just like to keep up with it. I was like, I can't do this anymore, so I stopped reading the blogs. I mean, it's even like that with the hashtags and stuff. Like, when you go, if you put in hashtag BB25, which is Big Brother 25, because it's the 25th season, if you put hashtag BB25 into Twitter, let me just tell you right now, it'll literally be like, one second ago, 30 seconds ago, 45 seconds ago. I mean, look, people are constantly talking about it over there. Constantly, right? Like, I can't even keep up with it. So, but I wanted to watch the episode before I did my commentary on it, so I'll do that here in a little bit. I'm going to watch the episode tonight and then do that tomorrow, because I already posted a video today because everybody was asking me to talk about Shannon Bedore from Orange County getting a DUI. So that was the video that some reading glasses in my pocket of my hoodie. So I did that video today, which was not planned. And yeah, and then I made a bunch of other videos, and I've been like all day, I've been like, okay, I'm gonna film one more video, then I'm gonna take a nap and lay down with Boo Radley, and I just haven't done that. Boo Radley's doing a little bit better today. When Alex came home, he was like hopping and jumping around and kind of running around the kitchen and stuff like that. He ate some of his snacks, or some of his treats. These new treats that I got him these like hip and joint treats. He doesn't like them at all. Like, he won't even touch them. The treats he likes the best are the blue treats, that brand Blue. I don't know why. He used to love those Little Jacks. Now he's not really eating the Little Jacks anymore. He's just eating those blue treats. Like, I literally, like, I put a pile here, a pile there, like a pile of the hip and joint ones. Sometimes I don't even put those out because he doesn't even touch them. But I'll usually put, like, a pile of the blue treats, the beef ones, and a pile of... I tried the chicken ones one day, but I think that's when he wasn't feeling well, because I don't know if it's his mouth or whatever's going on, but he didn't eat any treats that day. But like today, I put down a pile of the hip and bone treats are supposed to like make them feel better, and then I put down a pile of the blue ones that are like beef flavored. Excuse me. And then I put down a pile of the Little Jacks. And when I went back, he had literally eaten every single one of the blue ones that are a little bit bigger than they're like twice the size of the Little Jacks, but he didn't eat any of the Little Jacks, and he didn't eat any of the hip and joint ones. So I don't think he likes those, which is whatever. And then he ate some of his food, but not much of it. And when I took him out earlier, my neighbor across the street kept on going, Boo Radley, Boo Radley. And he would just kind of like look up, but like he wouldn't look over at him. He wouldn't go over to him and see him or anything like that. And so my neighbor came over here and he goes, Boo Radley, Boo Radley. And finally, after like 5 minutes of him just kind of like wandering around the yard, my neighbor like leaned down and he came over and like smelled him and sniffed him and stuff. But like, I'm almost kind of, to be honest with you, like Alex had to call into the vet to schedule an appointment. I'm almost kind of wondering if it's either, like, I feel like he, like, hurt himself somehow, and, because, like, Alex picked him up, like, and was, like, stroking his face, and he started crying, so we're kind of thinking that maybe he, like, hurt himself. And the other thing is that, and, like, Tanya said to me, she goes, you know, Peter, she goes, when you have an older dog like that, or an elderly dog that, like, they hurt themselves, she said it's like a 70-year-old man hurting himself. A 70-year-old man is not gonna respond or heal as quickly as a 20-year-old man, right? So she's like, if he's in pain or he's, hurt himself, it could take a week or two before he's back to normal. He slowly seems like he's getting back to normal. Last night he slept real well and stuff. And in fact, I came upstairs and he was underneath all the covers and stuff like that, which he hadn't done that in a couple days. So he must have been a little bit more comfortable. And like I said, he didn't get out of bed today. I mean, when I came home and I said, you want to go outside, he like popped up right then. But even like when I took him out, he just kind of like was walking around. He's just kind of like looking up at the sky. He usually like runs around and stuff like that. He's slower. He's a lot slower. And it almost kind of makes me wonder if either like, he was like barking at things that were like way in the distance. And so I'm almost kind of wondering if maybe like his eyesight is going, or I read some articles. This is where I need to just stay off the internet and just talk to our vet. Or I'm wondering if he's not having like there's dog dementia, if he's not having like dog dementia, and it just kind of like slowly came out of nowhere and we didn't realize it. Because he does seem confused. And like some of the symptoms that I read, like when I took him outside last night, like we walked all the way down the neighbors and then we walked all the way back on the other side because he likes to hit each mailbox, and we walked all the way back on the other side. But like when we went to our neighbors across the street, like he kept on walking, like he wasn't going to stop there. I was like, boo, no, because like that's like where the street goes. And we just stay right here, right? And so then he kind of like turned around and he looked at me, and then he like ran back towards the neighbor across the street's yard. And so then he kept on running. He went back down to the other mailbox, but then he went past him. I was like, boo, come on, boo. And so he came back and he was like running, but he almost kind of seemed like kind of confused, like he didn't know where he was. And then when we got to our driveway, he kept on walking past our driveway. I go, boo, we need to go inside so we can have treats. And then he kind of like turned and like walked in the driveway. One of the things that it said with dogs that have dementia is that they get confused and they don't know where they are, and that they'll kind of like all of a sudden just appear somewhere in the house, or they'll like wander around the house. Like it's almost kind of like they're lost or they're confused as to where they are. He keeps on going back to his house, and I don't know if like that's a safe place for him. Like the house and the bed are like the two places that he goes, but like there's been a couple times that I've walked inside and he'll just be standing in like the strangest place, like in the middle of the living room, and he'll just be standing there or something. So I'm kind of like starting to worry that maybe he's like getting confused. They say that dogs get dementia too. I don't know about that. But we're going to talk to our vet about it. But he does seem like he's feeling better. I just, I miss my little guy that was running around and was like, today when Alex came home, he was like, and stuff. And I was like, oh, thank God, like our dog is back. But then Alex went in and he picked him up, and that was when he was like, and he like cried out when like Alex was like petting in his face. So I feel like he hurt himself somehow. I don't know. But he seems, other than that, he seems like he's doing well. So we're going to get him into the vet too, sometime. Maybe, I think Alex is going to try to coordinate it on the day that he chooses to come home early. So we'll figure that out. And then what else is going on with my life? That's about it. Tonight, going to watch some Fear the Walking Dead, figure out something to eat, and take a nap. So, I'm going to get off here now. I know this is a short vlog. Y'all might be getting some short vlogs this week. I'm just going to tell you. If I don't have anything to do, or Alex goes out to dinner, or I start early or whatever, I'll get a longer vlog in. I never know, like, depending on what day it is. Like, I never know. Like, I mean, tomorrow I might be done with all my other videos by, like, 2, and the doctor and stuff like that, if I can get into the doctor, and then I'll be, like, home, and I'll be like, oh, I have nothing to do about my vlog. Or I might just feel like just vlogging tomorrow, so then it would be a longer vlog. So I really don't know. It just depends on the day. But I'm going to get off here now so I can relax a little bit. So I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing, what is today? Today's Monday. Oh, I hope you're having a magically amazing Monday and a fantastic and amazing beginning and wonderful, fun beginning to your week. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want, or your week if you need to. If your week started off bad, you need to start it over, start it over. Or your day, if you need to start your day over. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone, just do them. Just do nice things for people. It'll make you feel good too, trust me. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much it means to you. Like I always say, you might be putting a smile on their face, you might be making them feel better about themselves, you might be making them feel better about their day, and you might just be cheering them up, you don't know. And also, be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more, and most importantly, Where does it start? It all starts with you. Most importantly, be kinder to yourself and love yourself a little bit more, because it all starts with you. And if you're kinder to yourself and you love yourself a little bit more, you'll be kinder to others and love others you'll be kinder to others and love others more as well. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.